Hi, James Jones, Director of the Mid-Pacific ICT Center, here with Blaine Morrow, Director of CCC, Confer, and I guess 3C Media Services for the California Community Colleges. We're in San Francisco at MPIC's 2010 Faculty Development Week. So tell us a little bit, Blaine, about CCC Confer. What is it?
Well, CCC Confer is, I guess you can think of us as sort of a value-added retailer in a sense, except that we don't sell anything, but we do take a product, which in our case is a web conferencing product, and we add value by making it personalized, by developing a portal that allows you to schedule your meetings, personalize your meetings, keep track of your own archives, etc. So it's a grant from the Chancellor's Office for the state of California's community colleges. Any faculty member or staff member at those colleges is able to set up web conferencing, call conferencing, and to teach online in a synchronous way, anytime, anywhere. 24/7.
So this will really work with any computer at any connection speed using any operating system.
That's right. It's platform independent and 503, Section 503A compliant, so that accessibility is built in as well.
So with this with this platform, people can meet virtually. So you can have audio conferences, you can also have web conferencing where you share applications and desktops and have an ability to interact in a whole bunch of different powerful ways. How do people use this?
Well, they use it for meetings. The audio conferencing is, of course, meetings across the state can take place toll-free. They use it for organizational meetings because you can make presentations to people everywhere. You can share files, you can get business done. And they're using it for teaching and for office hours. Teaching, and what that adds is really both the synchronous aspect and the interaction that's required in most cases. Online education tends to be a little bit static and dry and a little inaccessible for students if you don't involve the person of the teacher, and often the person of the students is required as well.
Right. And one of the value-added services that CCC Confer provides is, I guess, ADA compliance?
Right. So ADA compliance both in the sense that the software package that we're using is accessible to software like JAWS, but also that closed captioning is available on request at any of the meetings.
Awesome. Well, I would say that, we're not just enthusiastic, we're rabidly enthusiastic about CCC Confer. We see extraordinary potential to improve ICT education in California in a whole bunch of different ways. We're this week promoting a hybrid course delivery model in which you can simultaneously serve students in the physical classroom and synchronously serve and simultaneously serve students who come in remotely through the internet. So you can build community between people physically present in the room and people who are present virtually, and serve both. And it's not necessary for a student to be one or either. You can be in the physical classroom sometime, you can come in remotely sometime.
Yeah, and I think the model that MPIC uses plays on that technology extremely well, because you're sort of a borderless or boundaryless organization in that your classes go between institutions and across state lines and all that sort of thing. And that, of course, is what Confer makes it possible to do, to forget about the physical barriers that schools generally and classrooms, traditionally represent, and to make it possible for, students or teachers to be on the beach if necessary, or from a hotel, or overseas even, but still to connect with one another and for learning to take place. So I think we're kind of we're heading in the same direction, taking advantage of really the same thing.
So students and faculty can meet in real time across any space. Mm-hmm. But then there's also the asynchronous component.
Right.
I guess we can archive anything that happens in this environment, and then you guys store it and make it available for people to review later.
Right. Not only store it and make it accessible, and it's indexed as well, so there's a little search function so you can find your archives. And they can be personalized in that you can search only your own archives, and so yours are always at your fingertips, and of course you can look for other people's. But you're also able to make that a portable archive. And if you make it a portable archive, that means that now I can podcast it to students, I can edit it so that I can take out the noise, I can add titles, subtitles, and that sort of thing to make it a little bit more accessible or a little more interesting.
Yeah.
I can chunk it up into pieces so that an hour lecture can become, a 10-minute, mini lecture, and that might make it possible for you to then mash it up and use parts of various lectures or sessions to make a whole new course if necessary. So, yeah, it's not just the fact that you can record those sessions, but also that the session recordings can then be manipulated in such a way that you can add more to the content.
So you're empowering teachers to serve students physically in the classroom, to serve simultaneously students remotely through the internet, to let everybody interact and get feedback and ask questions and collaborate
right.
in real time. You're also simultaneously recording the event for later playback, and you're capturing content to create media
exactly.
for future uses. And among those media types are file types that you can download to mobile devices. So you could even have a commuter who wants to listen to the lecture on the way to work in the morning because they missed class last night. It's extraordinarily powerful.
Yeah, and it makes it empowers not just the student. Obviously, we can see the empowerment from the student's perspective that, I missed that part of the live lecture. I'd like to review it, so now it's reviewable content. But it's empowering for the instructor as well, because the instructor doesn't have to answer the same question, 30 times. He can direct students to the answers on this clip. It's here.
Right, and so using this tool set improves recruitment because there's more students who can make it through the class. I mean, even if they can't be there for 3 nights, they can still attend the class.
Right.
It improves retention because it makes it real easy to come back and review and get over those places where you get stuck in a course. And also because of the online office hour functionality, if a student gets stuck, they can also get personalized attention to get through that stuck spot.
Right.
And in our case, in the ICT field, that means both being able to log into a piece of networking equipment and solve a complex configuration issue that would normally require both of you to be there physically in contact with that box. But you can
Sure. You can learn from anywhere, you can teach from anywhere, and you can preserve it forever. That's all pretty good stuff.
Amazing. So with this, we think that we can improve ICT education in our region. For one, because it'll make it easier to justify more specialized and advanced classes that you may not be able to fill the seats for with a local audience alone.
Right.
Just the people who can physically attend that classroom. And because we haven't been able to justify those classes in the past, there's this huge unserved demand in our region. Whereas if you have, you know, the one school that specializes in this area and can justify that big $100,000 equipment investment, serving the whole region and routinely filling those seats,
Right.
and another school's doing the same thing with another specialization, we're all better off. Win, 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 win.
That's the model I really like, and I think it can be applied to other areas besides even ICT, that it obviously saves money to use that expertise across several institutional kinds of boundaries. I think we could see the same thing happening in a variety of different subject areas, or areas of activity for that matter, where the expertise is, you know, tends to be localized, but could certainly be shared on a much larger basis.
Awesome. Well, we're super excited and looking forward to collaborating and growing this and building successes together.
Yeah, it's
Thanks,
a great
Nate.
partnership.